Securitization for FRM part 2, the audio class, and we are talking about issuance guideline. So aim here is to analyze the differences in the mechanics of issuing securitized product using a trust or a special purpose entity. The primary purpose of the transfer is to facilitate the securitization transaction. In the mortgage market, Fannie Mac and Freddie Mac are pre-existing companies that are active asset purchaser. For most transactions, however, an entirely new legal entity called a special purpose vehicle or special purpose entity is constructed. The SPE may be designated as a corporation or a trust. If the SPV is set up as a corporation, the originator sells the assets to the SPE in exchange for cash. The SPV in turn issues claims directed against the asset of the SPV. The method may not distance the originator from the assets enough for accounting purposes. Under a trust arrangement, two distance SPE are created. The additional entity is created to further distance from the originator from the issuer and the underlying asset. The common arrangement will involve master trust or a special purpose company and a grantor trust. In contrast to previous approach, that is the corporation, the asset do not serve directly as collateral. Under this arrangement, the originator sells the asset to the master trust for cash, but the master trust in turn deposits the assets in the guarantor trust, that's SPE2. The master trust receives a beneficial interest in the guarantor trust, which represents the same economic position as if one SPE was employed. Now the claims of securitized products are backed by beneficial claims on the master trust rather than on the assets themselves. If all this seems needlessly complex, all we need to understand here is that SPV sufficiently separates the originator from the issuance so that the assets can truly be considered as off balance sheet, so that serves as the final line here. Now I'm going to move to the 4 guiding principles of FAS 140, that is accounting for transfer and servicing of financial assets and extinguishing of liabilities. Now I'll move to 4 guidelines to determine if there is a true sale. If satisfied, the SPV does not have to be consolidated on the originator balance sheet. Now these 4 points are as follows. The asset will not be affected in the bankruptcy, chapter 7 or 11, hence the SPV is bankruptcy remote. That's point 1. Point 2 is that activities within the SPV are limited and must be specified at inception. Majority approval of the interest holder outside of the originator and affiliates is needed. The third is originator relinquishes effective control of the underlying assets. Fourth is SPV must have right to pledge, resell, exchange the asset provided by the originator. Then FAS 140 again identified 3 additional conditions for the qualified SPE recognition. Those 3 are: SPE must demonstrate distinct from originator or affiliates. SPV can hold passive financial assets. In additional, derivatives must be for hedging purposes and not for speculation. Sale of assets must follow guidelines in original documentation. Sale may not be discretionary. So these are the guiding principles of FAS 140. So one of the purposes of securitization of here is to divest asset and avoid consolidation of SPV back into the financial statements.